Hey, my name is Justin Miller, and everything you see here is purely for entertainment purposes. It is not financial or legal advice. And that said, what I wanted to tell you was earlier yesterday, I posted something about how much I had invested in my initial four miners, which amounted to something around $6,000. And due to the price of HNT, I was able to recoup that money in about 40 days, and there it sits in my Helium wallet, ready to be realized. In other words, ready to be transferred to an exchange and sold and actually get the cash. So the question is, why haven't I cashed out? Okay, somebody asked me that, and honestly, the answer is not that I'm hoping that HNT gets higher, because quite frankly, as a business, you're not trying to invest in HNT. You're trying to make your money and cash out repeatedly. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to run a business. That's what I want to have, a business. And that's why these four are just the start. As you can see back here, I have more miners ready to go. My plan is to have, say, 20 total, which means I am buying 16 in order to move forward. And that's going to cost about another $10,000. So we're looking at $16,000 in investment. Now, that doesn't mean I'm waiting to spend that money and then get my return on investment in order to cash out. It means that I haven't figured out all the minutia involved before I'm ready to cash out. And so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. So first of all, I had always suggested to people that starting a LLC, a limited liability company, was a good thing. And part of that is just to limit your liability on what happens if something causes problems in a host's house that has your hotspots. You don't want to be in trouble for something because the hotspot, I don't know, they claim something happened because of the hotspot, and now you're responsible and fiscally responsible. So just to limit possibilities of things like that happening, that's why I say limited liability company. But there are other uses for having a LLC, and one of them is when you file your taxes, you file a Schedule C. That's right, straight from the IRS. Schedule C, profit or loss from business. So that $16,000 I just told you about, well, that's my loss, right? That's my initial investment into this business, and I want to make sure I can write it off on my taxes. So I definitely will as part of my new LLC. Now, another aspect to this is trying to make sure that the money that you make is made not by you, but by the company. And so when you have your limited liability company, you need to apply with the IRS for a EIN, or employer identification number. And that number you can use as a replacement when going into a place like, say, Binance.us, for your social security number, because now it's your business that is going to be making profits. So here we are in Binance, and as you can see, we're still hovering around 50. Love seeing that, very excited. But here's the thing. I'm afraid to cash out quite yet. I will probably cash out by the end of the year, and I'll show you why in just a second. But I haven't done all the research. For example, I thought crypto.com was a great place to sell, and then I realized that when I went to finally hit the button to sell, even though the numbers say 51, let's say, is what HNT is worth, it was only letting me sell at 48. So $3 per HNT lower. That really bothered me. And honestly, I love how Binance has all this information, showing candlesticks, showing how many people were selling at a given time, letting me set up stop limits. Really like all of this stuff. But here's the thing. At the end of the year, all of these places are going to send the government a 1099-K. And in the past, the 1099-K worked this way. They will send it as long as payments exceed $2,000 and have more than have more than 200 such transactions. So if I sell and make $20,000 at least, yeah, I'm going to have to pay taxes on that. That being said, this changed very recently. This changed. Uncle Joe approved the American Rescue Plan, and because of that, now instead of being 2,000 in aggregate payments and 200 transactions, it's now just $600 in aggregate payments. So even if you make $600, they're going to send a 1099-K. Now, this is supposed to happen after December 31st, 2021, so it's not an issue for this year, it's an issue for next year, which is why I may want to at least cash out not 20,000 but 19,400, because that 1099 won't come through. And I am saying this, but I don't really know if that is what, let's say, Binance or Crypto.com is doing. So when I look at, for example, 1099-K under Binance support, it's saying right here, customer has earned $600 or more in a tax year. Now that's 1099 miscellaneous, so maybe I could be wrong, but I'm having trouble finding their information on their website that lets me know, and I want a definite answer on this. Now, I actually sold some of my HNT, some that I just initially invested in Crypto.com and then sold in Crypto.com. And on Crypto.com, it does say for most states the threshold set by the IRS is at 20,000 USD and 200 transactions in a calendar year. Now again, this is for this year. So I figure this year if I'm going to cash out, even though I'm going to lose that 3 points, right? But if I do it through Crypto.com, I won't have to be taxed on anything below 19,399. That's what I believe the number is. That being said, I don't know. I mean, maybe I want to be taxed on it. I mean, quite honestly, I am looking to do this as a business, and showing profits, I can then go ahead and, buy more houses and put more helium hotspots in those houses. So it may be worthwhile. But, many of us are trying to find ways where we don't necessarily have to pay high amounts of taxes. And at the end of the day, it's not even about avoiding tax. It's about paying what's reasonable and finding the right way to do it. So I say this because some of you, maybe you are looking at this as a retirement investment, in which case there are some great Roth IRA options out there for your investments, in which you can mine and go take that money and reinvest it and not pay taxes on it. And good for you. Roth IRA, that may be for you. I am planning on doing this as a business. Businesses have expenses. Businesses do make money. I'm just trying to mitigate too much cost, paying too much tax. So I'll probably take an LLC and plan to change it to S-Corp taxation. If you can read this if you go to the IRS website. It talks about small businesses as self-employed. And so if I do get to the point where this is making good money, this is a great way I can pay myself working for my own business. So that's kind of my long-term plan here, but I haven't really mapped it all out. I'm still working at all the minutia. Now, one thing I want to mention in all of this, and again, this is all for entertainment purposes. This is not any recommendations as it goes for both your taxes or accounting or any of that. Um, if you look at your hotspots and the wallet it's in, when you created that wallet, all you did was create a 6-digit code to get in, as well as 12 words to make it yours, right? You didn't put in a social security number. This isn't a wallet sitting out there somewhere that is connected to all of your information. So generally speaking, when you mine crypto, it usually goes to a wallet that's out there connected to your information. At this point, it's not. Now, when you make money, money is usually made based off of each time payments are transferred uh, into your. And I'm trying. Sorry, I'm trying. Okay, sorry. I just got completely distracted here because I was just looking at my neighbor, and he's got a lot of money, and wow, somebody has a lot of money in HNT somewhere. Point being is, as money gets transferred into your wallet, you're supposed to pay taxes on the amount of money that you've made. So based off of what H&T was worth at that specific moment, that's how much you made, and you're supposed to pay taxes on that. At this point, I know that there are options. If you go into the community tools over here in the top right corner, you'll see options like this Helium tax, where you can put in your account information, and it will tell you how much taxes you owe, and send you a CSV file. But I'm not ready for all of that. I haven't figured it all out. That's I guess what I'm trying to say. I haven't figured it all out. I want to figure all of that out before I go and cash out and actually realize my return on investment. So I hope that was helpful to some of you. A lot of information in there, I realize, but these are important things to consider if you're going to be running a business. At the end of the day, there's going to be taxes involved. We're going to need to figure these out. Hopefully, as a community, we can figure out the best way of making Uncle Sam happy. And I am trying to do that too. I want to see profits. I want to pay taxes on those profits. I want to be able to show my mortgage broker that I've made more money. So he says, okay, you can buy 2 more houses and then put hotspots in them. So just some thoughts. Thanks for watching, and happy mining.